Everyone. So let us welcome today the speaker of this webinar today is Professor Prafulla Kumar Mohanty. He is the Vice-Chancellor of Khallikote University, Behrampur, Odisha. And he is going to talk today on food and health as a very general topic. I think everybody will be benefited from that topic. And as I know him personally, he's a very good speaker as well. And let me say a few things about him because he has a long CV. I know it very well, but still we'll make it brief. And so let me speak a few lines about him. He is MSc, MPhil, PhD, PGDD, MAD, CC in German language. So these are the different qualifications he are having. And having interest in the research area of cytogenetics. Professor Mohanty has published 476 popular scientific publications and 34 books so far. He has supervised 35 number of doctoral dissertations and 46 number of MPhil students. He has 36 years of teaching experience and research experience. He was a former professor, head, and dean, Faculty of Science, Postgraduate Department of Geology, Utkal University. Professor Mohanty has gained 12 awards in distinctions. Out of all these awards, some significant awards, let me say, that is Dr. P.K. Parija Science and Communication Award by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of Odisha in 2001, Vijay Govind Memorial Research Award in 2007, Jana Chetana Award by the State Research Center of Odisha in 2007-8, Senior Scientist Award conferred by the International Consortium of Contemporary Biologists, and Kothari Shyam Educational Trust, Ranchi in 2013. National Honor Award for the contribution in the field of science by Vivekananda Educational, Cultural and Sports Organization, Degar, Jharkhand in 2015. And Trustworthy Personality Award for the contribution in science by Trust, Bhubaneswar, Odisha in 2017. So there are many more. He has also given only few of them. So let us thank Professor Mohanty. And now I request Professor Mohanty to start his talk on the beautiful topic food and health. Thank you, Professor Mohanty.
Should I start, Professor
Yes,
Das?
yes, sir.
Okay. A very good morning to all of you. At the outset, let me spell out three things. First thing is, I am extremely thankful to all the family members of Siksha or Anusandhan deemed to be university for giving this particular opportunity, at least for identifying and locating me to their family. The second part is I would like to congratulate the entire family of mathematics under the stewardship of Professor Manjula Das, who has taken a leadership in publishing our presentations in the form of a commemoration volume, which is unique and spectacular. Third aspect is the institute is also institute has also been organizing this type of programs every week, which is a very Herculean and marathon task on the part of all the faculty members. These three are very unique and attractive points as far as this particular program from my side is concerned. So let me congratulate Professor Manjula Das, who is the main instrument and main brain to drain in this particular aspect for an action, reaction, and interaction amongst ourselves.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. Now, I have chosen actually when Professor Das contacted me, I was really very serious in selecting or choosing a topic which will touch to the heart and mind of at least a large cross section of large segment of different cross section of people and departments, including students of various disciplines. So finally, I chose a topic which is very common and relevant as far as today's scenario is concerned. The topic of today's deliberation is food and health. Before coming to the topic proper, there are four questions which must be there in the mind of everybody, and particularly these questions are vibrating and oscillating in my brain. So those four questions are, if you look at the topic, these four questions must strike to the mind of everybody actually, and should also strike to the mind of everybody. The first question is, what is food? The second question is, are we all really taking food in right sense, in right time, in right order? And third question is, if you're not taking right food, then what are the problems? Are we really facing any problems as far as our food is concerned? And the last question is, if at all any problems are there actually, what are the solution, or what is the solution to this pollution? With these four questions, we will march ahead and listen to the topic. And fortunately, I have been given time for about 45 minutes, and will try my best to complete the topic within these 45 minutes. Now, the topic to be discussed is food and health. Now, if you look at our country, India, it's a tropical country and mostly an agro-based country, and most of the people are dependent on agricultural sector. Incidentally or accidentally, we are very fortunate to have a country where varieties of agricultural products, which include cereals, pulses, varieties of oil, and varieties of materials are available in different seasons. So, keeping the availability or the production quantum in view and seasonal production, actually, we are extremely fortunate in world scenario, because different products, different materials, different vegetables, different fruits are available in different time, and round the year we get everything from our nature actually. So in that way, we are very fortunate to have a beautiful nature, beautiful natural resources, and also significant beautiful brain. But unfortunately, we always believe and claim that we are educated, we are elite group. But our learning is such, most of the time with due apology, I should emphasize on a particular point, our learning, there are some problems in our learning process or learning procedure. Now, the main objective of education is to make a good human being with skill and enterprise. That's the main objective of education. Now, we are educated, we also try our best to educate our surrounding, including our children and our students. But one major problem in our teaching, learning process, or in pedagogy is the learning should be informative, educative, productive, and predictive. But if we analyze these four aspects of learning, means informative, educative, productive, and predictive, some lacunae are there. We learn, we get certificates, but we hardly internalize this particular education and apply this education or information uh, for appropriate percolation to the society. Now, let me tell you with this problem, let me tell you, I am available in this university which was established on 1st of August 2018, although the concept of this Khallikote University came into being in the year 2015. So, this is the second largest institute of Odisha. The Ravensa is first one, and Khallikote College, which was initially Khallikote College, the establishment year of this one is 1878. So now I am working here actually as the Vice Chancellor. If you come to the topic, the best of the life is water and DNA. Now let us see how are these systems working in our body in a very common form we will discuss. This is our beautiful nature where we find different flora and fauna, and our major part of the food is from floral segment. It may be root, it may be shoot, it may be flower, it may be fruit, it may be vegetable. You will find our main source of food is from plants. Now we are dependent on food because of a better life. Now, although we find several definitions of life, but the commonest definition of life is the period from birth to death. That is roughly is the life. Now, next comes health. But before coming to health, let me tell you, uh, if you look at the problems of the health, there are two major problems. The first problem arises due to birth actually, which is known as congenital health problem, and the second problem is acquired. Now, if you look at acquired problem, recently you must have listened to so many stories in detail as far as the infection due to coronavirus is concerned. Now, if you take a view of corona infected death, corona sort of infection, and lethality or death rate, you will certainly experience one important part that particularly tribal people and the people who are from from rural sector who are absolutely dependent on the nature and natural resources or natural food, they are less infected or probably non-infected. And who are more infected and who have faced lethality or death, you'll definitely find the people of urban area, the elite group, the people who have been attracted towards modern food, street food, junk food, convenience food, or synthetic food, they have faced the highest quantum of lethality or death. Now the question is coming, why is it so? Why are more people infected or affected or contaminated by by coronavirus in recent period for more than 1.5 years, particularly in urban areas? In my opinion, this is my experience, out of my experience and my observation. I am telling this is those who had been maintaining a good health or normal health and have been infected by corona. This is possibly and mostly because of improper food intake, particularly the convenience food or convenient food or fast food or junk food, which are mostly available in our market, in our food path. And the second question is coming, what exactly is food? If you look at our literature or our books, right from primary school to university examination, university course curriculum, hardly you will find the definition of food. As because as we do not find the exact definition or we do not have appropriate knowledge on food actually, we keep on taking our food, anytime, anywhere, any season available. That is possibly a wrong approach, a negative approach, or an inappropriate approach as far as intake of food is concerned. Now let me define what exactly is food. There are four different components as far as the definition of food is concerned. The first one is that which is digested. Second one is that which promotes growth and development, that which doesn't create any health hazard, that which promotes growth and development appropriately in appropriate time. Now, if you look at the last segment, that which doesn't create any health hazard is a very serious problem. That means we have to nourish our body, we have to take nourishment or nutrition in such a way it should not create any health hazard. But the way we take food, the food that is available in different sources in different modern style in modern manner is probably or possibly creating some quantum of disturbance in our health. Now this is the definition of food. Now if you come to the health, always we believe if we are not suffering from any disease or disorder, that means we are healthy. But if we look at the definition of health, which has been defined well by the organization named as World Health Organization, according to the definition coined by World Health Organization, health is simply defined as a state of complete physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being, and not simply the absence of diseases or infirmity. Let me repeat actually, again, four segments are there as far as health is concerned. First part is physical, mental, social, and spiritual. These four segments must be completely fulfilled in appropriate way. If these four segments are all right, then one will be definitely considered as a healthy person. That is a part to be noted and seriously taken care of. Now, this is the food, the definition of food actually, what one feeds on, that which is digested and nourishes the body, and whatever
Uh,
sustenance or
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Sorry for the interruption. I think your PPT is not visible to us.
acha, the
Are you
PPT is
sharing
not
any
visible.
PPT? Yes, sir.
Okay. সাড়ে 12টা পরে। হ্যাঁ? আসুন।
Yes, sir. Now we can see this.
Okay, Dr. Sutradhar, just a minute actually. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yes, sir. It's all right, sir.
I'm coming to share my PPT. Is it all right? Are you getting my pictures?
Yes, 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 sir. Now we are getting.
Is it all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Both are, I mean, both audible and visible.
Yes, sir. And could you please maximize the window, sir?
Maximize the screen, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, is it all right?
All right now. Fantastic.
Are you getting my face?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now this
All
is
right,
the
sir. Go ahead, sir. Please.
so this
Thank
is
you.
the title of my deliberation and discussion, food and health. And this is the university where I'm working, and this university was established in 2015, and now it is functioning as a unitary university, which has been established on 1st of August 2018, and the name of the university is Khallikote Unitary University. Now this is the best of life, where you find water molecule and DNA. This is the nature, which is the major source of our food, because whenever you look at nature, we will find root and shoot. When you look at the shoot part, the portion that we consume from the shoot part is flower, fruit, leaves, and sometimes actually even bark of certain trees. The major part is actually from plants. Actually, floral part is our major source of nutrient. Is it all right? Are you getting my slides?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
fine. All right.
Uh,
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we are leading life because of our food. Now, if you look at the definition of food, although there are 9 definitions, but the simplest definition of life is the period from birth to death. The seventh point. The period between birth and death is life. Now, let us come to health. Sometimes we believe actually, if we look handsome or beautiful, we believe that the individual or the baby or the person is healthy. But it's not like that actually. If you look at the definition developed by World Health Organization, it implies it covers 4 different segments. Now, what exactly is the definition? According to World Health Organization, health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being, and not merely the absence of diseases or infirmity. That means when four different compartments of the life, like physical part, mental part, social part, and the spiritual part is all right, then having no diseases or disorder actually, then health part is all right, and the individuals will definitely be considered as healthy. So we have to remember actually physical part, mental part, social part, and spiritual part. These four compartments or segments must be must be maintained with equilibrium and in proper harmony. Now let us come to food. I wanted to define what exactly is food. Uh, there are four different segments again as far as the definition of food is concerned. The first part is that which is digested. Second part is that which nourishes the body. Third part is that which promotes growth and development. And fourth and most significant part is that which doesn't create any health hazard. Okay, first three parts may be all right, but if you look at the last segment, that which doesn't create any health hazard, is really very spectacular, and we have to be extremely careful for that part. That means which should not create or generate or develop any health hazard. That means we have to select or prefer or choose those type of food material either from the nature or from the market which are not believed to create any health hazard. That's the most important part to be recorded, to be kept in mind. Sometimes we intellectuals forget about non-intellectual group or segment. We intellectuals say those who are a little bit obese, they say, okay, I am dieting. So there is a significant difference between food and diet. I told actually the definition of food, but diet is simply under certain conditions when the physician recommend the food to be taken. So those foods or food materials which are recommended or prescribed by a physician or a dietitian or a nutritionist is called as diet. That means diet is simply planned, programmed, and prescribed food by a specialist or by a nutritionist or by a dietitian. So this is the difference between food and diet. Sometimes we also say we are taking balanced diet. But we have to remember we take balanced food but not balanced diet. Diet means must be prescribed, must be recommended by a specialist, not by anybody. That is to be remembered. Now, this is in fact my statement with respect to health. That means if no safety, no pain, and no safety, no pain. Dr. Sutardhar, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Completely.
Okay. Thank you. So this is a point to be carefully observed. Actually, no safety, no pain. No safety, no pain. So safety part is very important. If we don't want any pain, actually, we have to look at our safety. So safety depends on the varieties of food available, and we have to be very much selective, or we have to choose the food in appropriate style. Now, when we think of food, you will find there are three different types of food. First one is energetic nutrient. There is nutrient is also a scientific term or a biological term or a biomedical term. Uh, Food from which we get nutrient uh, that contains a nutritive value. But in present days, it's synthetic food or artificial food or fast food contains almost no nutrient or less nutrient. So that is important. So keeping that aspect in view, we will find there are three types of nutrients. First one is energetic nutrient, which provides energy. Second one is physical nutrient, which are available from micronutrient, available as micronutrient and macronutrient. And third one is emotional nutrient. Emotional nutrient means balanced exercise, environment and timing and emotions. So basically, the types of food are of three types. Although from science we know carbohydrate, protein, fat, mineral, vitamins, water, and raw phase. There are 7 categories of food. But initially, or in ancient times, we have been taught there are 6 types of food like carbohydrate, protein, fat, mineral, vitamin, and water. But recently, the people have added, the biologists have added one more point. That one is roughage, means the food which contains good quantum of fiber, like rich gourd, cucumber, so brinjal, papaya, these vegetables or fruits contain fiber. If you take rich fiber, actually, we can attain to our toilet comfortably. Okay. Now here there is another caption actually to relax you all. Every successful research has a painful story, and every painful story has successful history. What I'm telling is, I'll explain some aspects of the past, some aspect of present, and some predictions for future. Because if somebody asks a question actually, what is present, past, and future? Maybe the comfortable answer may be uh, past is history, present is chemistry, and future is mystery. So, if that is so, we have to also look at the science, and science speaks like this: every successful research has a painful story, and every painful story has a successful history. Now, adulteration part is another segment actually. If you look at newspaper or clippings, almost in every item, particularly in packaged food material, you will find, we will notice adulteration. Now, what is adulteration? Adulteration is defined as the falsification of a substance, particularly edible or eatable material, by mixing uh, with something inferior or spurious. Means something unwanted added to a food material to get some benefit or financial advantage actually. But that silently kills our body, spoils our body, or creates diseases. Then you may raise a question actually, which part, how can we know and how can we select this or know or identify this part of adulteration? Okay, that we'll discuss in course of time. Now, malnutrition actually, most of the time we see that some group of people, they are malnourished and they suffer from some physical disorder actually. Now, what is malnutrition? Means bad nutrition, means the nutrition which is taken daily is not appropriately, is not having appropriate nutrients in the food materials. Or simply, they mostly take this carbohydrate material, and since they lack protein and other materials, they get malnourished. So malnourishment or malnutrition is simply a bad feeding. According to Abdul Kalam, he opines like this: plants are shaped by cultivation, whereas human beings by education. I repeat, plants are shaped by cultivation, means when a farmer cultivates, when an irrigator, planter, breeder plans to plant or develop a garden or orchard, they develop in such a scientific manner actually, they are shaped by cultivation. But human beings uh, simply grow by education. That means the main objective of this particular deliberation is we have to educate in appropriate way without looking or ignoring the societal changes. If we notice any problem as far as food is concerned, any problem relating to food, must be extremely cautious. Then another term is coming with respect to food. That one is nutraceutical. Nutraceutical means, you must have heard pharmaceutical actually. Nutraceutical means nutrition along with pharmaceutical. That means the plant products having some nutritive value, they simply exhibit or provide or they act simply as nutraceutical. They provide nutrition, supplement certain powerful things, and they keep our body immune actually. That means they offer resistance or they simply act against the diseases or simply make our immune system extremely strong. And one of the beautiful examples of the beautiful nutrients is this particular picture, that is simply herbal products, uh, different bars, maybe leaves, maybe some dry fruits, or herbs or trees. or roots. These are certain, nutraceuticals. I mean, this particular concept has come in India. Indian tradition food material is completely traditional and very ancient and primitive. Different traditional food is there actually, and different celebrations, different ceremonies. We have been asked or imposed on taking herbal products. But today, in today's scenario, we are ignoring or forgetting to take or utilize or consume these herbal products. Now, these are certain fruits and which are simply acting as nutraceuticals. These are all fruits and vegetables. So, pineapple, apple, grapes, papaya, watermelon. These are all, watermelon is a very good source of lycopene. It is red in color, provides lycopene, very important source of lycopene actually. So, these things we should take and plentifully available during summer period actually. So these are the sources of nutraceuticals. Now another proverb is coming that is put forth by William Wordsworth. According to him, he says like this: "Come forth into the light of things. Let nature be your teacher." Actually, now today we are almost away from the nature, and in the name of civilization and advancement and modernization, I think we have little bit we have kept ourselves little away from the nature, and we have to remember one thing: nature is the best teacher. If you keep on watching, observing, inculcating, cultivating, or spending some time in nature, actually, we can learn a lot of things. Silently, we can educate ourselves, and that means we have to always. There was a time when people were worshipping trees and nature, but now we have ignored that part actually. Again, we have to respect the nature because nature is the best teacher, and nature in fact nurtures ourselves in a successful way. Now this is the picture of the garlic. I mean, in Odia it is known as rasun or rasuna. This is one of the beautiful sources of anti-cancer agent actually. Therefore, those who suffer from heart disease or cardiac failure, they normally are recommended by some Ayurvedic people, Ayurvedic physicians, take daily at least a piece of onion and two buds of garlic. But today's market, you'll find in many shops, you'll find onion and garlic free items. Onions, garlics, and ginger are best Indian herbal medicine. I repeat, best Indian herbal medicines are only three. Best herbal Indian medicines are three. First one is onion, second one is garlic, third one is ginger. Piazo, rasuno, and oda. These three are best Indian herbal medicines which need to be consumed daily in our lunch and dinner time. My dear students, please remember this thing. Don't ignore in taking onion, garlic, and ginger daily. They do not create any problem, but don't take too much. Daily little amount of onion, garlic, and ginger must be taken as a regular practice. This is onion. It's a multi-nutrient or contains multivitamin sort of thing. And there was a time in ancient times, the staple food of Indians, particularly Odishan people, they were fond of taking stale rice, means pakhala bhato ebong piajo. Because the piazo contains lot of things, lot of vitamins actually, lot of nutrients. So people were believing in ancient times in consuming pakhala bhato and onion. Vitamins that actually, vitamins in fact, vitalis means life. That means the food materials which preserves and maintains our life is simply vitamin. So this is the story of history of vitamins discovered by different scientists actually. Are vitamins vital? Yes, of course. But instead of consuming, here is a picture actually. The girl shows the vitamin sort of tablets or capsules available in a bottle, which are available in shops. But we have to remember one thing: if you take or if you depend on natural food materials, right from garlic, onion to leaves, there was a time when people simply were worshipping bale leaves, bale trees, tulsi leaves, neem leaves. These are the best pharmaceuticals, nutraceuticals, and herbal medicines. Indian tradition or Hindu culture simply says to take, at least on Mondays, we have to worship Lord Shiva and take bell leaf. Indian ladies, they also believe in taking tulsi leaf daily. One of the best herbal medicine or Ayurvedic product or plant product which should be consumed daily. One or two leaves must be consumed daily, at least as far as tulsi leaves are concerned. Therefore, in Hindu tradition, Hindu culture actually, worshipping bell trees or neem trees or tulsi trees, at least worshipping tulsi trees is very common actually. So if you keep on taking daily these herbal products, there is no necessity of dreaming or thinking or conceptualizing of taking vitamin tablets or capsules. Remember, these are available from plants or plant materials. So these are different, problems. I mean, problems caused due to vitamin actually. That you all must be knowing. What is the problem caused due to deficiency of vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E? For example, if we hardly in our day-to-day food we take vitamin A. Vitamin A means its scientific name is retinol or retinoic acid, and this vitamin A is available from radish, carrot, like this actually. And this vitamin A is responsible for repair or protection of eyes, but almost we never take. This orange colored vegetables or fruits are rich in vitamin A, must be taken regularly. That means if you think of taking salad contains a lot of things. That means in salad we take onion, we take radish, we take cucumber, we take carrot. These contain at least multivitamin sort of thing. So in lunchtime or in dinner time, you will find, at least in Western culture, if you look at, you will find they take salad every day. But Indians, or hardly we Odishan people, probably avoid taking salads actually. The salad means a small piece of onion, one or two pieces of tomato, one or two pieces of radish and carrot must be taken actually. That is not, and one or two pieces of cucumber. That is not very costly or expensive, but that can protect your body and you can get multiple vitamins. Now, after listening to this much, according to Swami Vivekananda, a great philosopher, great educationist, he speaks like this: everything is easy if you are busy, and nothing is easy if you are lazy. The main essence or cream of this particular statement is, always we believe actually food I could not prepare, let me procure it from the market and take it. No, don't be lazy actually. If ready-made food you need, take one or two fruits, take sattu, which is simply the product of cereal and pulses. Simply you can grind it and keep it. You can simply put water and drink it. So keeping this aspect, if you believe preparing food or cooking food is time taking, not time saving, that means you are lazy. So if you want to protect your body, if you want to have proper nutrient, natural nutrient, keep your body immune against diseases, this statement is to be stored in the mind. So everything is easy if you are busy, nothing is easy if you are lazy. So you should not be lazy actually. Keep yourself engaged, keep yourself busy. And if you have time, prepare little bit food and take, so that it will be body will be fine. Now this is a picture actually shows the rickets, which is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin D. The source of vitamin D is sunlight. Today, some people are liking to make exercise, at least morning walk. But most of the software engineers and people, they are lazy and they avoid taking or utilizing the sunlight, morning sunlight. When we lose morning sunlight, obviously, it's very difficult to get vitamin D actually. So we have to at least expose our body, naked body, or open body, or some part of our body, so that our body should be exposed to sunlight, and body can synthesize or produce or prepare vitamin D, so that the deformity of bones, the particular picture that you find here, the deformity actually. Therefore, in our traditional tribal culture, in Odian culture or Indian culture actually, the baby after taking birth, uh, the mother actually uh, put oil on the body, massage oil on the body, and the body gets exposed to sunlight. The main science behind that one is to get sunlight so that body can synthesize, can produce vitamin D. This is a natural process. Don't spend any money. Don't take vitamin A and D oil. It's not required at all. Actually, it is. It can be prepared. It can be made in your own body. Now, when we find any problems, we believe in taking pills. Actually, pills in fact kills. We should not forget that one. When we take different pills or different tablets, different medicines, always we keep on complaining that we suffer from side effects. Obviously, it will be there because these pills or chemicals or these pills, syrups or tablets or capsules, whatever you say, they contain some chemicals actually that may suppress some diseases instantly, but subsequently it may create other problems. So if somebody suffers from a little bit fever or flu, at least take some pause 1 or 2 days. Cholera or diarrhea, don't take. It's not necessary that instantly you should take medicine. Wait for a day or two or few days. And body has immune system. If immune system works properly, allow your body uh, in such a way that you should feel that my immune system is all right and my immune system is going to protect my body. Wait for some time. Don't try to take medicines instantly. That is a problem actually. Now, where food and diet are there, actually, I had already differentiated properly what is food and what is diet. Food, again, I repeat the question. Food is that which needs to be digested, which nourishes the body, which promotes growth and development, which doesn't create any health hazard or health disorder. Whereas diet is of food which is prescribed by a physician or a nutritionist. So after differentiating these two, we must be careful for these 6F for better health. What are these 6F? First F stands for food. Second F stands for fluid, means water sort of thing or liquid. Third F is fly, means house flies. The important sources of infection, because always these flies, they're fond of, uh, they're fond of taking food from debris or, unwanted material, decomposed material. And fourth one is finger. We must clean our hand properly, clean our hand, clean our face, clean our mouth properly before taking foods. And fifth is pomides or kerchief type of thing that must be cleaned properly. And the last one is faces, means fecal matters. We must be extremely careful for this 6F: food, fluid, flies, finger, fomites, and fecal matter. In Indian scenario, and as far as the different varieties of food are concerned, you will definitely you must have been experiencing or noticing the obesity, particularly childhood obesity, and in adult food obesity, you must be observing. And remember, this obesity is caused due to the food materials which are just available in this particular picture. Look at the child, look at the different type of food material. And these food materials, these are all fast food sort of things, including soft drinks actually. These are creating serious health disorder today in society. And the first and foremost disorder is which is completely expressive. That one is obesity. Now, this is, if you look at the calorific value and weigh your food, these are the villi in our food, which are available which are known as junk food, ready-made food or convenience food, which are available in footpath or in certain hotels, common hotels in our locality. So we have to be very careful from this junk food or convenience food which are available in our nearby area. So therefore, I told actually we should be busy, we should not be lazy. Those who are lazy actually they immediately want to have instant food or ready-made food that contains invisible chemicals, synthetic chemicals or dyes or some substances which are harmful or notorious for our body. These are different food adulterants or food, additives. So different food items contain different food additives which are injurious, which are harmful for our body. I'm giving one or two examples actually. When you look at synthetic milk today, many people, these people simply keep on telling vegetarian and non-vegetarian. These vegetarian people are fond of taking cheese or paneer or synthetic milk. Please do remember, my dear students, my dear colleagues, the synthetic milk is plentifully available throughout the country and definitely in Odisha. And what exactly is synthetic milk? The synthetic milk, although was produced since long, but officially it was reported in our country way back in 1996, and that was reported from Delhi. Now, synthetic milk is produced from urea, caustic soda, and shampoo. If you simply take caustic soda, urea means NH2CO, NH2, which are simply used or utilized in crop fields or agricultural fields to increase the fertility power of the soil. That one is urea. So urea, caustic soda, and shampoo that you use to clean your hair. Take these three substances, stir it, you'll get beautiful milk, and you cannot simply differentiate natural milk and synthetic milk. Now today, in the market, the paneer that you get from the market is mostly developed or prepared from synthetic milk. You must be extremely careful for the synthetic milk, and that creates a lot of, gastrointestinal disorder, and it is mostly responsible for the loss of appetite. Uh, okay, there are some people who believe in collecting milk, instantly, but those cowmen, they simply inject a hormone, that the name of the hormone is known as oxytocin. Just before 5 or 10 minutes of milking the cow, they inject oxytocin, and oxytocin is a hormone actually. It promotes, lactation sort of activities, and this particular milk containing oxytocin is responsible to create depressed bone growth. Uh, Another thing I can simply tell you, I can also tell you by citing the example of soft drinks. Now, to beat the heat in summer, people love or they prefer to take any varieties of soft drinks from the market, particularly during summer season. Unfortunately, soft drinks are completely poisonous, toxic, and absolutely harmful for the body. This contains this all soft drinks, almost all soft drinks contains five chemicals. What are these? These five chemicals available in soft drinks are ethylene glycol, phosphoric acid, carbonic acid, carbon dioxide, and brominated vegetable oil, which is abbreviated as BVO. I repeat, soft drinks contain ethylene glycol, phosphoric acid, carbonic acid, carbon dioxide, and brominated vegetable oil. These all are poisonous and toxic. But to get a little relaxation or pleasure, instant pleasure actually, when we feel extreme hot, particularly during summer, we keep on training. But we keep on taking these soft drinks. Particularly, if you look at software engineers, they most of the time they spend their time in office works, and even during night time and daytime, both lunch and dinner time, they keep on taking the main staple food is chicken items and the soft drinks. Remember, this broiler type of chicken is also dangerous, and these farm producers, they inject different types of, uh, what exactly is called as some hormones, which are known as somatotropic hormone or growth hormone, because in a short time the growth rate gets increased, and in a short period the weight becomes larger actually, and it attains marketability. First one is somatotropic hormone or growth hormone. They inject somatotropic hormone to increase the weight. Second one is these poultry birds are very prone to be infected by varieties of infection. To protect them from infection, they inject an antibiotic which is known as gentamicin. So those gentamicins are completely dangerous, and when we take this poultry meat, I mean chicken, containing the somatotropic hormone and gentamicin, gentamicin creates serious reproductive failure both in males and females. Another common example I can cite with respect to that one, you can take, you simply look at the common salt. There was a time when crystal salts were available in the market, but in today's market you will find hardly the crystal salts are available, but the salt is available in packet, packaged form, and that is pre-flow. Mind your learners, mind your colleagues, remember the packaged salt contains, and we get advertisement that the salt contains iodine. Please do remember, iodine is also available in air. Iodine is equally available or plentifully available in natural fruits and vegetables. There is no necessity of procuring pre-flow salt by paying 4 times more than common crystal salt. If you purchase common crystal salt, hardly it is costing say 5 rupees or 6 rupees a kg, whereas a packaged pre-flow salt is costing more than 20 rupees in today's market. Imagine, it is just 4 times more than the common salt. How much money are these companies flushing out or taking out from our money purse? Look at the whole country scenario. Further, these free flow salts contain a chemical which is harmful for the kidney. Renal failure. In city life, you will find some people they suffer from kidney disorder, kidney stone, kidney failure. And this kidney failure, the main one of the, there may be many problems, but one of the important problems of renal failure or kidney problems is free flow salt. And this free flow salt is free flow because of the presence of or mixing of silicon dioxide. So other things have been enlisted actually. So you can look at ice cream, pudding, synthetic milk, chewing gum, edible oil, biscuits. So in all items actually in packaged items, which are just readily available, this contains some quantum of chemicals because those food materials cannot be kept for a long time unless some preservatives, unless some food additives, unless some food attractives are mixed. So we must be extremely careful for that one. So for that care actually, it needs perfection or a spirit of perfection, attitude of perfection. Now what is perfection? Perfection is simply the addition of or summation of attention and intention. Means whenever we observe or go to the market, we have to be attentive and we should have an intention to procure and purchase appropriate material, appropriate product, appropriate vegetable by paying appropriate money. But unfortunately, we pay same money, but we get inappropriate material. It may be turmeric powder. Look at turmeric powder, haladi gunda, or any spices. Almost you will find some quantum of adulteration. If you look at turmeric powder, you will find in turmeric powder they add a chemical which is yellow in color, and that particular chemical is known as metanyl yellow. So if turmeric powder is say 5 grams or 10 grams, there must be 20 grams of metanyl yellow. Accordingly, look at the rate. And people always believing they calculate the rate actually. If they find less cost, they instantly purchase it. So remember, that is also a drawback with intellectuals actually. We should not look at the rate actually. We should also look at the quality. We should also look at the quantity. We should look at both quality and quantity, and accordingly we have to pay. This metanyl yellow, which is mostly added in laddus, in several sweets, in most of the spices, uh, that is responsible for cancer. Metanyl yellow is one of the important cancer-causing chemicals in spices. Huh? Uh, Dr. Sutradhar, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Uh, do you able to look at me? Do you find my face?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
You are
fine,
visible.
fine. Now, regarding obesity, uh, uh, I have already told you actually Indians are suffering from 4 major problems. The first one is a diabetic. Highest number of diabetics are found in India, also in Asia actually. And second problem is obesity. Third problem is cardiac failure. And fourth, fifth problems are also there actually. But remember, as far as fat is concerned, now we are fond of taking fast food, which are rich in trans fat. Because of good quantity of trans fat, intake of good quantity of trans fat daily, people are getting fat or people are going to be obese. So obviously, our fight against fat is really dangerous or good. That you should look at, that you must be experiencing actually. Therefore, we must be extremely careful towards trans fat or food materials which are rich in cholesterol actually. Now, there is another statement given by me with respect to this food. If you salute your health, you don't have to salute anybody. I repeat, if you salute your health by taking proper nutrient, proper food, you will be definitely healthy. Therefore, if you salute your health, you don't have to salute anybody, anywhere, anytime. It's not required. But if you pollute your health, you have to salute everybody, every time, throughout your life. So, my dear friends, my dear colleagues, my dear students, remember this one again. I emphasize, I stress on this point that salute your health. If you salute your food, everybody will definitely salute you, because people will keep on telling you have got a beautiful health, you are a healthy person actually. So please do salute your food. So once again, I am telling, if you salute your health, you don't have to salute anybody. But if you pollute your health, you have to salute everybody, every time, throughout the life. So, the essence or the summary of this fat is, if you look at the last part of the slide, lifestyle changes with less physical work and more binge and junk food eating are often the cause of obesity. If you keep on taking junk food, gradually you'll gain weight, and at a particular time, maybe at the age of 35 or 40 or maybe 45, you'll be completely obese. And to reduce that obesity, you have to spend a lot of money. Either you have to go to gymnasium, or you have to go to physician or a dietitian to control or reduce this obesity. There are several factors of obesity actually, apart from food. Heredity, environmental factor, physical factors, diseases, and medicines actually. You must have heard actually, those who are given life-saving drugs, steroids. You must be knowing steroids, which are simply life-saving drugs. During corona periods actually, those who are facing a dangerous situation or apprehensive of death, during that time physicians, they prescribed and recommended steroids actually. And not only today, previously, as a life-saving drug or life-saving drugs, steroids are injected. And you must have experienced, you must also try to observe, those who are injected or given or treated with steroids, they get obese actually. Obesity is one of the deadliest problem of Indians. This is simply formula to calculate body mass index or obesity actually. It must be less than 25. We have to maintain it. Lean, slim, and thin is all. I think, in my opinion, is all right. There was a time when our parents were believing that overnight my children should have a health like Hanuman. But my prescription to all of you is, whether it should be as per the statement, according to the statement of our parents or preferably mother, whether we should be like a Hanuman or we should be like Saraswati, goddess Saraswati, that you decide which one is appropriate. Now, this appropriate answer can come provided the perfect weight is maintained within 20, which must be less than 25, or 19 to 24.9, or must be less than 25. That's a perfect weight. It should not be more than that. And that is possible provided you take proper vegetable material. So this is again another formula of the body weight. I mean, look at this particular picture. This particular picture projects how is the body weight getting increased. It is a gradual process, not overnight, because of the deposition of cholesterol or fat, maybe trans fat actually, the weight gets increased, and that is not prominently visible overnight. But if somebody sees you after 5 years or 7 years or a decade, one can experience or feel or see the weight is increased, and care must be taken. Uh, in today's scenario, if you look at the female population or the girls or the females, that's a particular problem which is dominating, which dominates in our society with the females. That one is irregular menstruation and fertility disorder, infertility. And third problem is polycystic ovarian uh, syndrome, PCOS. This polycystic ovarian syndrome, one of the problems is, one of the causes is, first one is fat, and second one is hormonal imbalance actually. Must be very much careful. Cholesterol actually, it is a very simple thing. There's a picture of the liver. Liver is the largest gland of the human body. Cholesterol is produced by the liver, and we consume it from meat and dairy products actually. So those people who are fond of taking animal protein more, they get more cholesterol actually, and they must be very careful as far as the cholesterol intake or fat intake is concerned. We have to check the cholesterol actually. Here is the picture of a girl, and this girl holds some vegetable material, garlic, and some fruits. Uh, to reduce cholesterol, the amount of cholesterol, if somebody wants to reduce, if somebody consumes this vegetable item, fruits and vegetable regularly for a few months, it will be reduced actually. Uh, these are different food items uh, and some phytochemicals actually. This entire list projects or gives a statement one thing: if you keep on taking plant material regularly, this plant material or vegetable material or fruits and vegetables or roots, fruits, flower, leaves, they contain such type of components. Those components are called as phytochemicals, which are absolutely rich in antioxidant. Those antioxidants are absolutely body saver or body protector actually. They keep the body immune against certain diseases like ready-made diseases like flu, like fever, viral infection, bacterial infection. Like this microbial infection is prevented even if these germs come to our body. If your immunity is very strong, this immunity will fight against these germs and you will be protected actually. Therefore, if you look at sannyasis and those who are, plant lovers actually, normally they are less prone to infection like bacterial and viral infections. These are simply phytochemicals actually. I told actually phytochemicals are dangerous. Okay, this is another slide which is projected, which speaks on Ajinomoto. It's a very dangerous chemical. In most of the Chinese foods you will find this Ajinomoto, and this Ajinomoto is very dangerous. Ajinomoto is very dangerous actually. It's a very dangerous chemical, and in most of the Chinese items Ajinomoto is noticed, and Ajinomoto is added in most of the packaged food and more preferably in Chinese food. Therefore, now the young fellows of today and young adults or the youth group that attracted towards Chinese food like chow mein, noodles, chicken 65, chicken badsa. So these varieties of items are very much rich in Ajinomoto, and its chemical name is monosodium glutamate, which is abbreviated as MSG. Apart from MSG, this has got also different trade names. If you look at any packets, you'll find in different trade names Ajinomoto is added. This particular Ajinomoto gives fifth taste, and this in fact is a flavor enhancer. Because of the better flavor to a greater distance, students or the children get attracted and run after taking this type of food. So that is a very dangerous chemical, and it causes several disorders actually in the body. So look at the different names of Ajinomoto: glutarine, glutacil, glutamic acid, autolyzed yeast extract, calcium caseinate, sodium caseinate, and E621. Different names are there actually. But look at the problems caused due to Ajinomoto. The first one, burning sensation or tingling in the body. They are completely, they cannot shift for 10-15 minutes. Now, children suffer from three problems today, you can find out, even adults also. That is known as three eye syndrome. Three eye syndrome. What are these three eye? First eye stands for impatience. Second eye stands for instability. Third eye stands for irritability. So impatience, instability, and irritability. And this is because of body always tingles, and these children, these students do not have patience to sit for some hour, actually for some minutes. Now, second problem is numbness in back and neck, tingling, chest pain, headache, nausea, rapid heartbeat, bronchospasm, migraine, hypertension, depression, attention deficit disorder or ADD in medical term, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, and diverse allergies. So these are different problems caused due to Ajinomoto. Then when we think of animal protein, actually, fish can be taken regularly, there is no problem. As per the biologists and medical people, actually, fish protein is such a beautiful protein. Maximum amount of fish protein is digested and the body gets assimilated, it gets assimilated in the body. But if you look at chicken and mutton, actually most of the part comes out through fecal matter, actually. But the highest quantum of protein gets absorbed if you take actually fish protein. Further, fish contains actually omega-3 fatty acid, which is a protector of the heart. If you take actually, therefore, some physicians, those who suffer from cardiac failure, physicians recommend to take fish because it contains omega-3 fatty acid. Now I'll take 3-4 minutes more actually. Fiber means if you take good fiber sort of vegetables, that will help us neutralizing the cholesterol. That is number one. Second one, we can attend to toilet comfortably. And the richest source of fiber is vegetables like rich gourd, snake gourd, black gourd, cucumber, pumpkin, papaya, and all fruits. That is the richest source of fiber. Uh, there is Prevention of Food Adulteration Act, actually, which is abbreviated as PFA. If you notice in our market that some adulteration has taken place, we can report it to the office, and the concerned department is Department of Prevention of Food Adulteration, which is located at Delhi. We can simply communicate silently, and some action can be taken against this, because this is completely harmful and against our life. So this is a question of underweight, actually. There are some regions of underweight because of illness, loss of appetite, genetic problem, and poor absorption and psychological reasons. This is against actually appropriate weight of the body. And these are some useful tips. Intake of some nuts and dried fruits daily. Banana, chiku, mangoes, like fruits and vegetables must be taken. Meals should be taken at regular intervals. One should have a proper breakfast daily to boost the energy level. These are the dried nuts, maybe one or two we should take daily, and we should put it in water for few hours, and then it should be nice to take it. Balanced food, actually, this is our childhood story. We should take carbohydrate, protein, and fat appropriately. But today you will find people take more fat, more meat or muscles than carbohydrate, which imbalances our body. And this is again a food guide. How much calorie is to be taken, must be calorie conscious. How much calorie is to be taken, cholesterol or fat must be taken in appropriate way, appropriate quantum or amount. so that we will never be obese. And we're approaching towards the last portion of the topic. If you look at the left side and right side, there is a comparative statement actually. This is completely hand-drawn picture by me. Left side is diet pyramid. We have already discussed in our previous slide, but if you look at the right side of the slide, this is a balanced choice actually. Now, if you look at the left side of the balance, you find uh, the left side of the pan contains inexpensive, fresh, tasty nutrients in a better way, better absorbed and retained, available in natural form, rich in fiber. But right side is directly opposite actually. So left side is natural, right side is synthetic or maybe processed actually. What I mean to say is always we have to prefer less synthesized, less processed food, or indirectly speaking, more natural food and less processed food actually. That is what exactly is a balanced food, and you can take balanced nutrient or balanced sort of food value. So we are approaching almost toward the last part actually. Should we eat for living or live for eating? Now in Indian scenario, people always keep on telling and discussing and dreaming of food. Let me take good food. And the definition of good food is fast food or convenience food or ready-made food. Therefore, a big question is left to you. Should we eat for living or we should live for eating? It's a question to all of you. Now see, this particular proverb, this is developed by me. The larger the waistline, the shorter the lifeline. Sorry. This is with respect to obesity. The larger the waistline, the shorter the lifeline. So that means those who are obese, they are expected to live for a short time. So larger the waistline, if the waistline or the belt part is larger actually, then lifeline is expected to be shorter. So obviously, what should be your guideline? You try to decide, my friend, my colleagues. So larger the waistline, shorter the lifeline. So what should be your guideline? Please decide. So green chemistry is cream chemistry, whereas red chemistry is sad chemistry. Red chemistry means animal science, animal fat, animal sort of food, whereas green food means plant food. From this deliberation, please try to decide and keep it in your mind whether I should have a preference towards my green nature or my red nature or animal nature, or faunal diversity or floral diversity. This is almost probably the last one actually. If you look at this particular picture, you will find this is a cartoon actually. Uh, if you look at the left side of the cartoon, you will find it is written I hate. And in the same form, it's a mirror image is there actually. There is a mirror at the right side. The mirror is saying I love. So because the mirror never lies. So mirror is telling I love, but the original person is telling I hate. So the person who is obese is telling I hate. That means we all should hate this fast food or junk food if you want to avoid to be obese or fat. So whether I should love or I should hate, please, it is your decision. So with this, I conclude. Thank you very much, Professor Manjula Das, Dr. Abhijit Sutradhar, and your entire team and all the family members of Siksha and Anusandhan University, Siksha and Anusandhan deemed to be university, for giving this opportunity to spend some of my valuable time and to update my knowledge uh, through this deliberation and discussion. Thank you very much. If any questions are there,
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Professor Mohanty. Any questions?
Uh, Bimal Kumar would like to ask a question. He raised a hand.
okay, yes, please. There is a question from somebody, Bimal
Bimal
Kumar.
Kumar, do you have any question?
Yes, ma'am.
Bimal Kumar has raised a hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Good morning to all.
Yes,
Yeah,
Bimal,
please
please.
ask your question.
Yes, sir, Namaskar. I am Bimal Kumar, a MSc Mathematics student, Department of Mathematics, SOA University.
Okay.
Sir, my question is uh, actually what is the exact meaning of socially unhealthy and sorry, mentally unhealthy, and how what precaution we take for this?
Are you suffering from this thing, or you have noticed from it from the society?
Sir,
Bimal,
actually I am suffering from mental unhealthy.
Bimal, you are reading in such a compartment, such a beautiful department where Professor Manjula Das Madam is there, Dr. Sutradhar is there. Actually, you have got a beautiful team, and almost 40 teachers are there in your department. And mathematics is a beautiful science actually. So when you are conversant and proficient and efficient in mathematics, you simply calculate actually why are you mentally poor. You have been enveloped or surrounded by beautiful, handsome, learned teachers. You consult them, you have an interaction with them actually. Be mentally strong, take proper nourishment, educate yourself, devote your time in proper knowledge, in acquiring proper knowledge. Be a very good student actually. Be a very good person. Everything will be automatically taken care of. So try to devote your time in taking good food, number one. Try to devote your time in reading mathematics and some other books like general knowledge and some common books. Automatically, you will be mentally healthy. And once you are mentally healthy, physically, you will be completely fit and healthy. Okay, Bimal?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. There won't be
Namaskar,
any
sir.
problem. Take proper food, your body will be taken care of properly. And always interact with your beautiful teachers. They are your best medicines, remember. They are your best physicians and doctors. Remember.
Yes, sir.
Right?
But sir, he is a very good student, Vimal. And
Okay. Oh, I
you,
know actually because he's very confident for the first question.
and
And
why
he put a
is
very critical
why
question actually.
why is in mental
No, no,
unhealthy? That I also
he
don't
is
understand.
completely mentally sound because he has asked a beautiful critical question which has come from his mind actually.
Yes,
He's not a dull student, never a bad student actually. It's a
very
wonderful,
good, very good student.
yes, yes, yes. He will definitely do well.
Bimal, I think you need to talk to teachers and your friends also regarding this,
Yes,
because what I feel or think that most of the times when you share your any problem, the things get
right,
reduced.
that's right, yeah.
So that should be done. Anyway, thank you, Professor Mohanty, for your wonderful talk on this general topic. We need to give attention to this our health and food, and I know you are a very sincere person to follow all this discipline of the life regarding food and health.
Thank you.
You said so many beautiful lines from Vivekananda, Professor Abdul Kalam, actually. And I got this rhyming word lines. Life is easy when we are busy, and
Yes,
life
yes,
is difficult. And what is the rhyming word? Life is difficult when we are lazy. Like that
yes,
word.
yes.
And
So,
that salute also, I liked it very much actually. That salute.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So many beautiful lines.
It is given
Another,
by you.
another, yeah, another's your line. It is your line. Perfection, your equation actually.
Yeah,
Perfection
yeah.
equals to attention plus intention. And
Yes,
I think this is not only true for food and health, it is true for our
for
day-to-day
everything.
life also. So if
For
we give
everything.
attention means we have to be alert very much, we have to be watchful very much in
Yeah.
every activity of us, not only food and healthy habits,
Health.
other habits also in our day-to-day life. Uh, then we have our intention should be very good, so we
Yeah.
should be very positive, and we should be very alert and watchful or careful regarding our day-to-day activities. These are very beautiful lines, and
Yeah. Thank you.
we have to apply it in our day-to-day life
Yeah.
also. So thank you so much. And I have to tell one more thing is that I am here as a HOD for Center for Applied Mathematics, which consists of 37 faculty members. But we have another department, only Department of Mathematics, where it is being headed by Professor Jayanti Kumar Das. There also another around 25 members are there. So both the departments, we jointly take the classes of mathematics. So many, although due to classes, many faculty members could not join today's talk. But it is a very nice and pleasant talk. Thank you so much. So now I request Dr. Abhijit, you please offer the vote of thanks from our department to Professor Mohanty.
Thank you, Professor Mohanty, for your wonderful talk, and thank you, Professor Manjula Das. At the end of the 13th Siksha Anusandhan weekly academic lecture, I, Dr. Abhijit Sutradhar, the co-coordinator of this weekly series of webinars organized by the Center for Applied Mathematics and Computing, shall take a liberty of proposing vote of thanks. So we thank the speaker, Professor Prafulla Kumar Mohanty, the Vice-Chancellor of Khallikote University, Behrampur, whose talk has surely enriched our knowledge as well as awareness on food and health. Sir, we are truly honored to listen to your advice involved in this talk. Our thanks are due to the colleagues, scholars, and students in the audience. Our big thanks go to Dr. Manoj Ranjan Nayak, the Honorable President of Siksha Anusandhan Deemed to be University, who have been always a source of inspiration to all of us. And I extend our thanks to Professor Manjula Das, the head of the Center for Applied Mathematics and Computing, for the necessary supports and helping us to connect with Professor Mohanty. Lastly, I, on behalf of the Center for Applied Mathematics and Computing, Siksha Anusandhan Deemed to be University, extend our heartfelt thanks to all. So thank you once again, Professor Mohanty, for this wonderful talk, and we are truly honored.
Thank you, Professor Mohanty. Thank you.
Thank you.
Abhijit. Thank you, dear colleagues.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. So I'm officially stopping the recording and ending the meeting also.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you.